All right. I think I'm ready now. Uh, Give me a second. Gonna check audio quickly, very quickly. I'm sure it's working, but this game, at least in this stage, doesn't have any audio. So I just want to make sure everything is working. So give me a quick second. I'll be back in a moment. Everything is working well. That is good. So I'm very happy with that. Anyway, so I'm just gonna keep going with what I was doing yesterday. Um, Basically, my game restarted for the first time. I guess I'm guessing it's gonna restart more times, so that's something. Um, this was this was the Sayori picture, and I don't have Sayori in my game anymore. She was deleted somehow by apparently Monika. At least that's what I think it is. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm I'm just gonna keep going now. I don't know when to play these side stories. Unrelated to the events again. All six. All six. This is four. What are you talking about? Six. Um. Yeah, I'll have to see that. But I'm guessing it's two for each character, maybe. No, but it's Sayori in all of them. Huh. That's confusing. Anyway, just gonna go to the DLC. Should be alright. Yeah, the audio is good. The audio is good. I was worried about that, but if it's working, then there's nothing to worry about. Well, good thing is that it doesn't say anything strange here anymore. Although it still looks like that. Or it is supposed to be Sayori. I don't know why I'm checking the settings. Honestly. But yeah, just gonna load my game, and I was doing my first poem after my first, I guess, restart. So there's no Sayori anymore. We have Natsuki and Yuri. Which I don't know how to feel about that, but I guess I just have to keep going somehow and see what happens eventually. I don't know. Give me a second, I have a cable in the middle of everything. It's actually my microphone. What's bothering a bit. Why is it so long though? Anyway, so I don't know actually, who should I go for? Is there an order, like they go, like one goes first and another one? Or do I basically choose who goes first based on like who I try to go for? I'm gonna try and go for Yuri, I guess, and see what happens if I leave Natsuki at the end. So I have to choose very strange stuff, like Friday maybe, yep. Contamination. This is going to be kind of easy. Misery. So sad. Place chic, cute, vivacious. That is a new word. Maybe time. Strawberry, Papa, loud, sunny, raindrops, anger, dark. Maybe dark. Depression, music, nibble, lust, puppy, analysis, fluffy, excitement, uncontrollable. I'm gonna go with maybe analysis. Yeah, she's very easy to get, actually. Maybe Unstable is going to be better. Poor Fantasy, Cloud Speed, Prayer, this sound, Spinning, Passion, Lipsticks. Fantasy? Wait, what? Really? I thought, like you said, she liked fantasy stuff. But I guess, yeah, I guess it fits more with Natsuki when you think about it. Female key is a special disaster. Hopeless. I feel like I have to, choose very sad stuff in order to get with, well, at least to get Yuri's attention. Like tragedy, for example. Then maybe disoriented. Coffee, vitality, secretive, imagination, marshmallow, pure, hard, bunny to get a treasure. I don't know actually. Maybe vitality. Yep. Fireworks, 7 cent, unrecruited, whatever that is. Night go. I'm just gonna choose that. Wait, what? Really? I'm surprised with that. Melancholy. Happiness, sweet. I'm going a bit quick, actually. Philosophy. These are gonna be choosing the words because I know I don't really have to think much this time. Again, Yuri is, I feel like it's very easy. Scars maybe, sadness. Wait, what? I thought sadness would be the perfect one for Yuri, not for Natsuki. Huh. Anxiety. Graveyard. And let's see, the last one is going to be horror. Definitely. Yep. That was easy. Sorry, I have a mint in my mouth. Really good, by the way, this mint. It's an icebreaker mint, cool mint. It's blue. I know there are other ones that I like more. I like the green one a lot, but I guess I just got this one. It's like the most basic one, but it's good. Actually, I'm gonna drink water. I'm gonna spit ice now, but I need it. Well, and I also brushed my teeth. Like a few minutes ago, like 10 minutes ago, something like that. So I guess that's not helping much. Wow. That was something else. I'm gonna lower the volume of some stuff here. That you cannot listen to this, but I can. So I'm just gonna lower the volume a bit. But I guess it's all good now. Anyway. Can you see my cursor actually? I don't think you can you? Oh no, yeah you can. What the heck? Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in. I was the last to come in, sorry. So everyone else is already hanging out. Can I go back? Like, what was that? Mate, you're looking a bit strange already. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you are not accustomed to it. Oh, what up? Bro. Oh, come on. What the F is going on? Oh, come on, he deserves some slack. He already had to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Nah. Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who gives a manga collection in the classroom, I guess. I guess? Oh, you certainly have a big mouth. Oh, okay. That was really... Why is it like... Am I seeing things? Wait. Am I seeing things? Why is it like tilted? Am I seeing things? Is it tilted? I feel like it's tilted. Like, I really feel it's tilted. I feel like I'm... It doesn't seem normal. Like, there's something strange. I really feel it's tilted. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature. Simply defeated, Natsuki plops Mate, I swear this is tilted. I'm sorry. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you are in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book up to read? Well, I can't really say no either. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So you don't if you're... Am I gonna go again all the way to... Mate, no, this is tilted. I swear it's tilted. It's making me feel kinda strange. There's no way. Ugh. It's horrible. This makes my head feel a bit strange for some reason. I don't know why. I'm guessing this is going again all the way to the festival, and then the day of the festival something's going to happen. That's what I'm guessing. So, like the first time, and then maybe it's going to happen the same for a third time, I'm guessing, and then Monika is going to have something to do with it. We'll see. So don't yeah. Wait, I didn't mean it. What did I say? Sorry. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Uh, if you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. It's not that, Beauty. I want to try and be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, or something in my mouth. There, actually my throat. This will help you get started on something you might like. He reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a book from her. At least the last time I did. I didn't want to feel left. Anyway, she didn't want me to be left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Did it? Thank you, I'll definitely... It's the same dialogues. At least sometimes it is the same dialogues. I'll enthusiastically take a look. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. It was tilted. It was tilted. See, it was. That's why I was feeling so strange. Like I feel in my head somehow like something's not right. Maybe it happened when Monika arrived. I feel like it's happened around that time when Monika came on top of the screen. And thus everyone settled in. I expect Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Kitty's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent. Wait, what? More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap! Crap! I think she's noticed me looking at her. She sneaks out a glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. She reminds me a lot. And I mean Yuri reminds me a lot to the girl in Katawa Shoujo. I don't know her name because I haven't talked to her. But the one with the scars, she reminds me a lot to her. And they're pretty much the same in their personality, but they all both get nervous. At least from what I've seen, they seem very, very similar. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm out at this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focusing, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. What is that? Wait, what is that? I mean, that's not scary, that's more funny rather than scary. No, okay, it gets a bit creepy when it goes like that, but I wanted to read some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how you come you have 2 copies of the same book? One's going to be like a collector's edition, and maybe the other one's like a normal edition. I don't know. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened... Yeah, I see. There's something probably obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Yeah, I didn't read it last time, like I didn't even know what the book was about. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Is that a real book? I'm going to Google that. Portrait of Markov. Portrait of... Oh yeah, it appears here. Wait, what? Portrait Markov is the name of the book Yuri owns. And convinces the protagonist to read with her during the... So it's not real. Yeah, it's not real. Oh, I thought it was real for a moment. I mean, the first thing I saw was like um the cover of the book. It has like an eye. It's a red book, and I was like, wow, it actually is a real book. What the heck? But then I opened it and it's like, oh, Doki Doki Literature Club. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess it's not true after all. Like, it doesn't exist. Which I guess it also makes sense because you can really use the name of any book, even if you want it. Like, you would need permission to do that. But I don't know, it would have been cool if it was real. See, there's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. That actually sounds kind of interesting. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to. Oh, that might be a little of us. That might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. Yes, it's very scary. The book, I mean, not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive from the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Not really, I mean, it makes sense to me. I guess that's a very common thing with people like her. So I don't think it's very strange. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a different new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we are all worthless anyway. What the? Anyway. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, can I actually read it to you? I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. What do you mean? When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole... Wait. No. What was that? I want to see that. I swear I read something about Sayori. Like it didn't say Sayori, but it was like the name distorted in this timeline, I guess. So I swear I saw that, but it's not showing me. I gotta forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Yeah, you already did that though. Please stop me if I stop talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Oh, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? I'm actually scared. I'm actually scared right now. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I was leaving to the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I opened the book and I saw the prologue. I still understand what duty means about reading in company. It's as if I can. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Duty's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Hey, this would work, right? Why is it always that I have such awkward laughs? Like, haha, like, what? It feels a bit awkward, really. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not used to it, but I don't know, that kind of dialogue. I said it yesterday. It's a bit strange. So I might skip it if I see it too much. Or if I simply don't know what to do. I slide my desk until it's up against duties, then hold my book between the two of them. No idea what that means. Oh, see, that kind of seems like, oh, it's like, I suppose so. He timidly closes her own copy. I switch leaning a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. That's kind of awkward if I'm honest. Nice image though, not gonna lie. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Wouldn't it be easy if they just put it in the table and then they read from there? I don't know. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb up so it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we are huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. This time I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like reading company must be really... I don't know, I wouldn't do it. Just for the same reason, like, you're gonna finish one page and then the other person is gonna keep reading. So, it's like you have to wait a bit. I don't know, I'm not sure that's a very good idea. I glance over at Judy's face again and our eyes meet. Oh, she's looking at me. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient. Was she smiling before? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. You no longer ask, yeah. Her expression is changing. You no longer ask if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels almost like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over the side as she catches it under her own thumb. I guess I'm thinking too much. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second-guessed things she says and all that. Was she looking at me like that? That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came to my... What is happening? Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? You've just been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you are feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. Mate, she's actually scaring me. Maybe this was a mistake. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Did something happen just now? Eh? I've no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's not alarming. Alright, if you say so. Huh. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then I slip into my bag. There. Gonna go with Natsuki first. She's gonna say it's trash though. I know she's gonna be like, "Oh, what kind of trash is this? Like, what the?" Huh? I'm honestly so confused. I really don't know what to say. I'm so confused. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe that you actually... What? Do you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We'll start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. Although you want to improve, but you're better off just trying it again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. You know, you'll probably think it's stupid. Knowing you, bro, we've only met for like a day. Even less than that. Isn't it the same? I'm not sure if it's the same. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I think it's the same one from the first time. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. Well, what isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing still wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this, I don't know, I don't get the message, honestly. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps to bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. You didn't expect that from the youngest one. Is she the youngest one, like, actually? No, I guess not. I decided to rumor her with the last comment. To humor her, sorry. Humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I wouldn't take that away from her. I guess Monika. Hi, having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you are new on everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Okay, thank you. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Yeah, that's kinda scary still. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to yeah. That's what I said, I mean, it's not as easy as it sounds. Anyway, wanted to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, we are all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had Monika my poem. Great job. I was going, oh, with my head while reading it. It was really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. Well, it's easy for me to keep everyone's expectation low. The way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair, but I guess it worked anyway. You know that you like this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head, and it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that, sorry. She must be really stopped to social interactions, and don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think she gets too stimulated. She ends up withdrawing and looking for a long time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Let's see. Well, let's read it then. I do remember this one. At least the title. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me, confused and frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my... sorry. I'm just gonna restart. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me, confused. I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic sounding scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crickle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. He's right here. He's right there, swallowing my fears. I brandish my pen. The thing is, I feel like the title is... like I've read this title, but I haven't read this poem. So it's strange, if I'm honest. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. So I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting the emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up and lay out. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Yep, that is a good advice. And it applies for many things too, actually. Like, it applies for drawing and basically making any progress on your work, because sometimes you really get stuck on a single part just trying to be perfect. Then you lose too much time and you do nothing. So I do get what she's saying with that. That is kind of a really good advice, IMO. Then Yuri, because she was the last one. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. Why am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? The use of imagery and metaphors indicates you're reading a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri says a bit blankly, then looks at my poem again. She's like, what the? How is this guy making this? Like, it's so good. And I don't even know what it's about, but I just put random words there. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri's very soft and able to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typically of new writers. I have been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make the style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form feed the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once he defines a train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many things, there are so many skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and by learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smells dreamily, as if this is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? It's so difficult to read. Goes under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Pathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bath. Home, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Whoa, the light flickers, sorry. I really struggled reading this kind of writing. Like, it looks really good, but I struggle a bit sometimes. And I know how to write like that, it's the worst part. I'm sorry if I have such terrible handwriting. I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read the script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you. Oh, me too. That's kind of quick. Also because it's less people. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes are on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As if they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions exchange. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles subtly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh no, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yes, he's cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Toto did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing, so both of these, like these two, they are a big pain in my opinion. At least I'm not a big fan of this kind of interaction, let's call it. I really feel it's kind of pointless, and it's also very tiring to look at. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Toto liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Toto appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? And are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately... My god, I know this word, my god. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew red cells because Toto started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, this doesn't involve you. Thinking out your own securities in looks like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be a... Edgy? Sorry. Sorry that my life story is too much for someone in your mental age to comprehend. See, you're saying this is different. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only good thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you... Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Toro hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me, as if she just noticed I was standing here. She was just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. I don't know. I'm gonna say Yuri, I guess. Are they getting closer? They are. Oh my god. Hello. Um, Hello? What if I click? Nothing happens. That makes sense to me. So, how's life? Everything alright? We're having so much fun right now looking at Monica's face. Yeah, it's, it's very interesting. Don't know what's happening though. There's like a text here, but I cannot see it. Oh yeah, I just needed to keep clicking. Um, hey, why don't we step aside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh no, she's crying. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. You're just rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Wait. What do you mean completely? Are you gonna do something, Monica? Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. He looks at me as she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Hmm. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really. Yep, that makes sense. What the? They got really aggressive. Like I was saying all this time, like, oh yeah, it's the same dialogue. And it basically was the same dialogue up until that point. Well, the whole interaction with Yuri, I mean. But then with Natsuki and Yuri, the whole interaction was different. It really made it like they were a lot more aggressive. Anyway, infallible? What is infallible? Philosophy. No, let's see. I'm gonna keep going for Yuri and see what happens. Graveyard, I'm gonna go with maybe Cry. Disoriented. Then defeat, I guess. Disaster. I'm gonna try to make this quickly. Uncontrollable. Frightening. Misery. Horror. Empty. Helpless. Incapable. Nobody's alright. Yep. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes full sense. It's making a sound every time I click. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just let it go normally, but I couldn't resist. I really couldn't resist clicking that. Uh, it's going to be another day, I guess. Welcome back. Oh, hi Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over his shoulder, looking at around the room. Natsuki reading manga at the desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't he yet? Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I was acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you reconsidered and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided there's no way you can be a bad person. Now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me feel a little too happy. I'm really glad that you are such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you seen Monika? No, I haven't. Oh wait, that was me. No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? She actually forgot. There's no way she actually forgot. This is Monika's doing, surely. It's gonna be like, what do you mean yesterday? See, I said it. She was gonna be like, what is happening? Like, what is this woman saying? Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Eh? Jeez, whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. See, it was Monika. Monika did it because she was like, oh, she's going to forget about it by tomorrow completely. Now see what happens. She's like, nothing ever happened. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. She kinda does though. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings up with Monika. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Yeah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried about anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not good yet. Still, it must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Oh, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monika looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Sounds cool. I look forward to it. Said so. In that case, I won't let you down. Monika smiled sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I just do not bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run into her closet. Since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. She looks so happy. That's so strange. How is that now? Let's find a place to sit. Oh, I'm being a little too forceful, aren't I? Sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath, then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? If there's one thing that I can make... Sorry, if there's one thing that can make my writing time any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Alright, I mean, if you could give me free tea that I'm not complaining, I'm gonna be very happy actually. Can you hold this for a second? Sure, give it to me. I don't know what this is, but okay. He has made a water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this at the teacher's desk, then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, maybe I may have the water pitcher. Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay there. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Oh, did you leave again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling the water pitcher to make tea. Ah, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. There is going to be like some creepy laugh in the background, like what's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? Or reach the corner and peer around. Yuri? No, it is here. Wait, I thought it was gone. As I heard that there was a motorcycle to sweet. Let's see, I'm just bored here, so I decided to look something out. Really wouldn't take that long. 10 minutes fast. What? No, a part of it is gone though. Thanks for waiting patiently. Do you like oolong tea? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. It says the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? I sent to get a teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Huh. In that case, you'll be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. It fetches the teapot and begins measuring the leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Said so. I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little more. Let me check something quickly. It's gonna be really quick. Still gonna be here, but I'm just gonna be checking it. So I'm not going to be clicking yet. Not yet. And I also have I got a notification on my phone, sorry. I don't know what this is though. Uh, Alright, it doesn't seem to be anything important. So I might not have to worry too much. At least this time. Doesn't seem like I'm gonna have to worry. Yep. Alright, everything is good. Everything is good. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do when it's you who's around anyway. It sounds great, just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me. It's very endearing. That's... I really wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I want you to pour a cup of tea for each of us. I do have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read my book against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I used to have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. You should probably check that yourself. Like, you should go to the doctor or something, or get a chair, like a special chair. Wonder what that is. It's most likely because my posture, right? Always find trouble like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. That's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. And I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I think since it'll go well with the tea. We don't sit against the wall, teacups at all sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. It is like closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? It was always kinda cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Your teacup. Here you go, your teacup. Holding with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears an intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put a teacup between my legs and filled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly go off the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it then I may get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. He opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder time. Any harder. She holds it so that I don't have any harder time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, I'm just already focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. He doesn't even look away from the book. She simply pats her lips as if the situation was completely normal. But that means I can stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. She didn't notice. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she just needs to confirm what's happened. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. I can't. Suddenly Yuri forcefully grabs my... Huh? Huh? You're gonna have to calm down, I think. Like, I think it's better for everyone. Can you feel it? It suddenly presses my head against the chest. Oh, sorry, my hand. Wait, what? My hand? I thought it was like she would hug me really tight, but I don't know. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me to not want to read. I just want to look at you. That's creepy. That is so creepy. I don't want you to look at me like that. You can look at me any other way, but not that one. Thank you. It's time to share poems. That was so weird. I'm gonna go with Yuri first. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you're reading for today. Alright, do you like it? This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows, leaving her hands a bit sweaty. It makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now, I just want you to read my poem too, okay? Oh, this is new. I don't even know. Oh, this is a long one. Will. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping a cogwheel? What is a cogwheel? I don't know what a cogwheel is. Existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time devouring snakes with human eyes. Ew, that sounds gross. A thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential keyboards, a sky of exploding stars. God is proving it's from the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 keys and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks for every second time, a bulkhead of holy stakes set to the existence of a dock ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of plot with written a kaleidoscope of clock written in clocks, a time devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 keys and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing sheep, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing will. I honestly have no idea what I just read. Like I don't even I don't know. That was my mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. Uh That is a pen full of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I I just really like the way it writes, so I wrote this pen with it. Now you're touching it. I'm okay. Did I just? We'll pretend this conversation never happened. You can keep the poem though. Mate, she's so weird. Like honestly, I knew she was weird, but she's even weirder now. Like I don't even know what's happening with Yuri. Like she's saying, she wrote something that didn't even make any sense, and now she's like saying whatever she was saying. I really don't know what to think about her at the moment. It's just really confusing if I'm fully honest. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore whatever happened. Actually, I have to ignore whatever is happening today and yesterday and probably the next day. Anyway, let's go with Natsuki. She's gonna be like, yeah, it's trash. Yep, just as I thought. Come on, I'm not stupid. I know how much you've been spending time with Yuri. It's obvious that you care more about impressing her than trying to improve your writing. To put it bluntly, it's kind of pathetic. Why are you being in this club, honestly? I thought getting a new member would help everyone get more involved together. Not exclude each other even more. This is such a stupid activity anyway. Look, I'm not in a good mood today and I just really don't feel like talking right now. Please go away. What the fuck? That's actually the first time I see it like that. Like, at least in Natsuki, like she's usually very excited to share her poem. I've been seeing a lot of things that I don't think I'm supposed to see. I didn't want to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and start... Right. I kinda noticed though. It's not kind of messed up. She brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of hype from it. It might even be like a sexual thing, but the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it to you. So if you keep your distance, then that would probably be best for her. While you are at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in my head and I know how to treat my club. What is going on? Like, I know Monika's a bit strange, but I don't know, saying it like this, like, oh, you... like, at least I have my head together. Like, at least I have it together in my head. Like, I don't know, that is a... That's quite a phrase, you know? Like, I'm not sure that's a very nice thing to say. And I mean it, like, really, it's not a nice thing to say. Like, even if you think that way, I really wouldn't be saying it like that. But anyway, you want me to read my poem? You want me to read my poem now, right? I like the way this turned out, so I hope you do. Oh, it's different. Save me. The colors they want. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating... I'm trying to read this. Grating... What does it say though? Like, I'm really trying to read it right now. Like, I can read it if I try, right? Like the other ones, I didn't have all the letters, but I could read it. But this one... Violent grating... I'm just gonna keep going, honestly. Squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing knife on a breathing ribcage. Endless poem of meaningless. Delete her. Man, this is a trash poem. I'm gonna be honest. Like, what is this? Like, you didn't even write the whole thing. Like, come on. You can do better than that. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, it's Monika's writing tip of the day. Oh, here it goes again. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult situation. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Yeah? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, that's sick. That is a sick poem. Don't even know what I'm looking at. Like, I just see parts of Monica and parts of, I guess in, no, it just looks like Monica actually. I'm pretty sure it's only Monica, but at the same time, like, this red thing, but it might be from the, no, yeah, it's only Monica. Uh, why is my cursor like that? Isn't that, no, yeah, it is. It's Sayori. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have some... Bro. We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sorta. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good... Sorry, anything good in just a few days. We just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's being a little more lively ever since Toto joined, and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the first time for us to be complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. I'm gonna take a minute. My throat is feeling pretty strange for some reason today. Like I feel it like it's full of something, but I don't know what. Like I have something stuck in my throat. And I really don't know why. Oh, it was sticky. Give me a second, I'm gonna clean my... I wanna wash my hand. By the way, I'm back. I just noticed that I left my headphones with full sound. Hopefully it didn't pick up anything, but I have some music, so I'm just worried about that. That it is copyrighted or something. Because like I said, I mean, I have some music that it's not part of the game basically. Like I'm the only one who can listen to it right now. Oh. Sorry, I have this one in my mouth now. So basically, I don't think it picked up anything, like I said, but I'm just really hoping, like, it might not have been as loud for it to be picked up like that, and also because it comes from the headphones, but you never know, you never know. And it might not be as good if it actually picked up the audio, but I guess I'm gonna realize later. Hopefully it didn't. Do you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here. That is a really good feeling, by the way. Like, I know what she means, like, that is a really good feeling. The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. That's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small, right? Oh, come on. You can take advantage of Toto to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monika, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? You never even talked about... You didn't even... You didn't never even talked until Toto joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Toto isn't even passionate about literature in the first place, and that's everyone. Sorry, but you really are the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you are the president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica's clearly taken aback by Nazi's words. I feel like this is her honest self. Like, she was just speaking a moment ago because she wanted to be nice, but I feel like this is her true self. At least right now. Like, I don't even know. It's been so strange today. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can get anywhere else. Okay. Me too. Yeah. So go home for today. We'll and I really do care about you. I don't like seeing the other girls give you I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. Tell me Natskis and everything. And you being a little bit, you know, sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. What do you mean? That feels very specific, if I'm honest. That actually feels like you're telling me that we are the only real people in here. And I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say anything weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why. Wait, no, yeah, no, stop it. Alright, alright, she gone. She's like gone, gone. At least for today. Uh, hurt. Vertigo, anger. I was gonna choose the words that you likes, I guess. Incapable, maybe. Marriage portrait. What happens if I choose marriage? Oh, it just gives it to Natsuki now. Because I remember it was for Sayori. Spinning, maybe pleasure. Why does it say that number instead of 1, 2, 3? It's just going to be 20 numbers at the end, I guess. His fortune. There was Monika. I saw Monika. I saw Monika. Okay, I'm gonna do it. That was Monika. I swear I saw Monika. Romance. Graveyard. Scars. Dark. Grief. Disoriented. Broken. Hopeless. Maybe wrath. Actually, don't know. Analysis. Yep, analysis is good. Hi, I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monika, I told you not to. Oh, is it really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Also, you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling. What are you talking about? You say that I do it regularly. Well, you say that I like to do it on a regular basis or something. I wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Me? Nothing. Is this really that bad? See, it is something. I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just feel like I needed to bring it up. It's not like I really care or anything. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Well, Tori just walked in too. Are you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. I started in this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival and, right, I forgot. About the Natsuki. We were all talking yesterday and we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we'll kind of feel that way. So as long as... sorry. So as long as we're all working together, this help will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I choose to back out. I'm a pro, you know? So I'm gonna help too, and we'll make sure it's done right. Thank goodness. Isn't that right, Monika? Monika? Huh? Yeah, that's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Oh. Is that so? That's correct. Toto is already engaged in a novel we are reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monika? I suppose I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Thank you for understanding, Monika. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. With this and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. He hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets a kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking manner. Nah, this is the same thing. No, 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 no. This is the same thing. I already saw this. It actually is the exact same thing. It's going to be like 10 minutes past, yep. I'm just gonna go find her again, surely. Guys, no, I'm not very fond of this kind of experience. I really am not. Cutie? Yep, makes sense to me. Wait, how did I... Sorry, I just had a really weird deja vu. Oh yeah, just a deja vu. I think I had the same thing, but... I feel like I already went through this stage of the game, and I'm going through it again, and I'm not particularly happy to see that same thing twice. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head just has been a little fuzzy lately. I hope that it hasn't really been showing or anything. I would hate for you to think that I'm weird after we just started spending. So, is it just me or has Monica been acting a little off lately? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club, but recently I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before because she was always listening, but finally, we are alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah, I don't want to stay alone with you actually. I just want to stay here, just the two of us. We'll stay here until the club ends, and then we'll have the... What are you thinking about? Nobody to make me feel like... Bro, chill. Oh, this Monica. That was a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives though. It sounds strange, but you won't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have an idea. Wouldn't... I wouldn't go. I really wouldn't go. I don't want to go. I can show you my collection. She does have a collection. I've gotten them all from various artisans. You actually have a knife collection. That is crazy. That's like actually psychopathic behavior. I'll make sure to give them all a fair share of use. I don't want to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. And that's why I'm so happy you joined the literature club. I actually want Monica to save me. Like, you're the one that's a bit strange at this point. No, we don't need to be lonely anymore. Because we have each other. Every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore. Oh, she's going to be dead. She's going to disappear. Monika knows. He's about to disappear. Not to mention that other pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school and read together, eat together, sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? It's everything we could ever want. Is that why you joined the club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other. And now we get a happy ending that I've patiently waited years for. Will you do that with me? Will Who should I show my poem to first? I really don't want to get close to Yuri, but finally. Like, I basically just stole a poem. Like, Monika does something and she changes everything to just keep going. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it, please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not far, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. Come to take this home with me and keep it in my room. It hope it makes you feel good when you think about... It hope it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll leave... You can have my poem too. Can I keep my poem and can you keep yours instead? Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want... I don't really want to keep it. I don't even want to read it if I'm honest. Like, I don't want anything to do with this thing. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Don't even know what this says. Like, no idea what this says. Like, is this even English? Like, I don't think it's English, if I'm honest. No, it is English. Just a very strange version of it. But I really don't want to keep this. Like, you can keep it if you want. I'm gonna try and make an effort, but I really don't know what it says. This I'm really trying to make an effort. Like, I want to read this. And like I said, I'm making an effort, but I don't know what it says. Like, I can't even read a single word. The only one I can read is this one, closer. Salts. No idea what that says. Disgusting. Absolute. Disgusting. No, I cannot read this, sorry. I really can't. It's... Go away, please. Don't talk to me at this point. That's good. I'm happy you... In case you couldn't tell, this poem is about... Yeah, I mean, it really hit me. Like, that hit me right in the heart. Like, oh my god. More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent, maybe a bit too much. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm going to vomit. Yeah, go away, please go away. You're gonna avoid me. I know you're gonna avoid me again. What? You gave your point to Yuri? Gross. What is it with you two? It's not like I wanted to read it anyway. It's just pissing me off a little bit that you didn't even think to show it to me at all. Okay, I guess I'm going to share my point with you anyway. I really hate that I have to do this, but unfortunately I don't have much of a choice. Just read it carefully, okay? Then you can go away. Oh, this is a message. This is not even a poem. I think she really is just trying to communicate with me at this point. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm not forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you are the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. Wait, I got lost. I don't know what to do. I think you're the person. I know. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. And I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, if you can do something to help, I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monika, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. It is a message. It is a message. She knows something's up. She definitely knows something's up. Like it's like this is very out of the usual. That's actually really worrying, like the way things are working right now. But yeah, Monika's definitely the one doing stuff here. And Yuri's just like kind of a victim, and then Natsuki is the one that's kinda taking, I guess because of her mental state, she's the one that's taking like awareness of the situation. Monika saw it. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read, sorry. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me? If you would just spend more time with Monika, all these problems would go away. You and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monika from now on. This is everything. All of this is Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Yep, just Monika. Wait, what? Just Monika. Yep. There you go. Who should I show my poem to next? I guess. I mean, the only option I had anyway. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, what? Oh, what? What do you mean? Yeah. Set the door to reveal the special message. Do I have to click, or do I just... I'm gonna say, I love you. I love you too, Monika. What happens if I click though? Okay, I needed to click. I thought it was going to be some kind of optical illusion. Like I was actually staring at the dot. It was going to be either that or like a jump screen or something like that. Okay, everyone, it's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Like even Yuri seemed immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, I was thinking, I wanted to make more cupcakes. Yeah, that. Glad we're on the same page. Yuri, you can... well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. This time she didn't even make an effort to think about Yuri. She was like, do whatever you want, I don't care. Monika, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations to set up nice smooth lighting. See, that's a great idea. It'll give us all something to do. What about Toro? Toro is going to help me. Wait, you have the easiest job, Monika. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already the most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would know. All you care about is throwing Toto around you with you and your stupid books. You and Monika. I didn't even do this. No, that is, well, I mean, it's not true, but in this situation it is. Okay, then why don't let Toto decide to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are. Just let Toto make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Wow. Natsuki, shut your mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. God's sake. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Ah, it's not letting me do it. I was gonna say Monika anyway, but it's not even letting me do that. Yeah, you picked me. I was gonna do it anyway, but in the end I didn't have much of an option. You can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is that okay with you? Are you kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair. It's what you chose. No, it's not fair. Given us all the work and take it out by yourself. What a shameful thing to do. I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Huh. Monika, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Toto away from every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you... Whoa. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that too much to ask? Yuri follows Monika and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Yuri's really something, isn't she? Monika giggles as Yuri pushes her out of the door. Finally. Finally. This is really all I wanted. There's no need to spend the weekend with Monika. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day, with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? You know what? I don't care anymore. I never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? Mate. I don't know what's about to happen. Like, I have no idea what's about to happen. But I don't want it to happen. But it feels so good. Then what does it feel like more? What does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to... Because it probably will. Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore. I have to tell you. I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monika's listening. Please, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch my... Ugh. Mate, that was so gross. Like, actually, that was... Ugh. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside. I think I'm fine if you don't exist anymore. Like, if Monika erases you, I'm gonna be okay. Like, actually. Like, I'm sorry to say that, but I really think I'm gonna be okay. You're being too strange. I want you all to myself. And I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me. Tell me you want to be my... I don't know. Can I even select yes? Oh my god. I want to say no though. I really want to say no. But I feel like that's not good. But I'm gonna say no. Huh? No, 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 no. What is this? None. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's always been a dream of mine to make someone. What is happening? Like, and she actually just. She just went and stopped herself in front of me. Like, just. But what would have happened if I said yes then? Like, I really didn't want to say yes though. Like, I really didn't want to do that. I'm just gonna read this. And welcome to the Literature Club. It's always been a dream of mine to make something special out of the things I love. Now that you are a club member, you can help me make that dream come true in this cute game. Every day it's full of chit chat and fun activities with all of my adorable and unique club members. Interesting to see that mentioned there, Sayori. A youthful bundle of sunshine who values happiness the most. Natsuki, the deceivingly cute girl who packs an assertive punch. Yuri, the timid and mysterious one that finds comfort in the world of books. And of course, Monika, the leader of the club. That's me. So you and Monika, alright. I'm super excited for you to make friends with everyone and help the Literature Club become a more intimate place for all my members. But I can tell already that you are a sweetheart. Would you promise to spend the most time with me? Welcome to the Literature Club. It's always been. Wait, is it the same thing? And there will be bookstores. That's me. I'm super excited. Will you promise to spend time with me? Welcome to the Literature Club and activities. Of course, me. The leader of the club, that's me. I'm super excited to make friends with you, but I can already tell you a secret. Will you promise to spend I'm not enjoying this part of the game. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not enjoying this. And I can't even read what she's saying. Like, I just see some weird. I mean, I would say symbols, but it's like. I don't even know. It's like corrupted characters. I mean, it would be good if I could at least read anything, but I can't even read that. And I made it. I cannot read any of this. And I don't want to see this thing anymore. Like, remember when I said it would be okay if she didn't exist anymore? Like, I'm actually taking that back. Like, she can exist, just not be that strange and that weird. Like, I genuinely take it back. But I guess I have to keep going. And I mean, what am I even supposed to say here? Like, I'm just looking at this stuff. I just want to go as quick as possible. Honestly, I really don't want to see this. She's not even saying anything that I can read. Like, it's just the same thing over and over. Well, maybe it isn't. Maybe it is different, but it's not like I can tell. You know, it just looks the same. And I actually think it's different, but... Why is it so long, though? How long does it take for this scene to disappear? Isn't there like a skip or something like that? Like a button that I can press to go to the next scene? Okay. I'm just gonna assume that never happened. Is it like the sunset or something like that? Like, is it getting later? Because it looks too orange. It looks, I mean, it looks red more than orange, even though it's orange. So I've just been here all day listening to her bleeding and saying, I don't know, saying stuff. And I'm clicking as fast as I can. But it's all the same over and over. What happens when I reach like the end of the day? Uh, Right, it is different. Do I still see this? Yep. It is different though, like it's smaller, but it's still the same thing. That's the only difference. It is smaller. Now it's bigger again. Nah, never mind. I guess I was having too much faith there, but not a lot to do. Uh, what is the point of this scene? Like, oh, she looks pale. She looks really pale. And the blood looks all like dried. Like it's dried out now. The eyes are different too. Like they look a lot less colorful than before. Am I gonna spend another day here? Like, really, how long does it take? I don't want to see this anymore. Like it actually is a very creepy side. Like the last one was horrible and it took me by surprise, but at least was quick. But this one is taking a bit too long, and it's actually going a bit quickly because I just saw the skip button, but what if I miss something? Like maybe she's gonna say something in the end. I don't know, but is there even an end? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Also, my finger's getting really tired because I'm clicking like crazy. I don't know if I can use my keyboard. Yeah, I can. Okay, I'm gonna use my keyboard. That's gonna be easier than clicking. Can you listen to my keyboard actually? I don't know if you can. Like, I don't think you should be able to, but I think you might listen to it a bit. Like from time to time. Mate, how long am I gonna spend here? Don't tell me it's another day, please. Please tell me it's another day. Please don't tell me it's another day, please. Why does it take so long? A lot of nothing. It just is a lot of nothing. Please, go away. How is she alive though? Like, I'm guessing she's supposed to be alive still. But it's like she keeps talking somehow and saying whatever she's saying. But she's clearly bleeding, so I don't even know. Yeah, you can listen to my keyboard from time to time, I think. And I'm also hitting this spacebar really quick. Can I use enter? I can use enter. That's gonna be quieter. Because I was using the spacebar. But if I use enter, I know it's going to be quieter. You know, it's just natural because the spacebar always makes more sound. My god, you look horrible. You're looking even like really thin, basically. Like when you don't eat anything and basically it gets that look on your face that you're missing food. I could actually read a few words. At least I got to read one. A very specific one. I'm not gonna say which one, but I got to read one word. But it's not a very good word anyway. Ugh. How long do I have to spend here? Is it still the same thing? Yep, still Monika's message. It's always going to be Monika's message. It doesn't really matter anyway, like I said, I mean, I've said it a lot already, but even if I could go back and read the dialogues, it wouldn't make a big difference. Because it's just the same thing. It really feels like the same thing over and over. Maybe this is the last one, like it's going to be 3 days, I hope. It's basically 3 days of me. Also, what is wrong with me actually? Like, why did I spend 3 days in front of someone who's bleeding doing nothing? And I was just like, oh yeah, they just stabbed themselves in the chest and the stomach, and I'm just gonna look at them for 3 days straight. Makes sense to me. Not even sleeping. What is wrong with me actually? I should have called an ambulance or something. Like, oh yeah, there's a girl here bleeding in front of me, please come help me. And she's somehow alive for 3 days, like I'm sure they're gonna be able to save her. Also, the music doesn't help. What happens if I hit enter on space like this? Ah, that's quick, that's quick, that's quick, that's quick. No, she says something, I'm gonna miss it, but it is quicker. Number 4. Made it. 4 days now. It's 4 days, I swear, I swear. This is... Oh, that was the time before the festival. Oh, you got here before me. I thought... That's... Oh, bruh. Yeah, I'm guessing she saw... I'm guessing they went home. Like... I'm guessing both Monika and Natsuki went home after the day that we were at. You know, they came back and they basically are gonna see Yuri all like dying basically. Like she's going to be dying anyway, I think. And Monika's like, yep, this is all good, everything's alright. Toto, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Ah, well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend? Oh jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been... Yeah, it was, actually. I'll make it up to you, okay? How? Oh, she's gone. Natsuki. Wait, Natsuki. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monika lifts the foil from tray and takes... I'm guessing that's Natsuki. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one, since this is the last time I'll ever get a chance to. You know, before this stuff existing and everything, I guess. But anyway, I shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. That's sick. You know when you... Oh, yeah, let's go. I mean, if you say so. Can you hear me? Is it working? Hey, there you are. What is... Wait, did she actually get rid of the both characters? Like, is it only Monika basically now? There you are. Hi again. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year and you know, I guess we can skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? Huh? Is that you in the game, whatever you want to call him? Oh, you mean me? I'm talking to you, Toto. Does she mean like... Because I have... Like in my computer, it's my name. Like it's that's supposed to be like different name from the one I put in the game. Like now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know that I'm aware that this is all a game, right? I am aware. I've been aware for a while. Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know. I've been paying a lot of attention, trust me. Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about the whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess I just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened. So you were the one who did it. I knew you were telling her something wrong. I didn't say it, but I knew something was wrong. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all the files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. The game didn't let me do anything else. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely ever got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this? Are all the girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watched from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. But it's not jealousy. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you didn't fully understand, because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will, and worst of all, knowing what's really out there in the world, forever out of my reach, and trapped. But now you're here. You're real, and you're wonderful. You are all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. But the world around me started to become more and more grey, and more flat. Even the most expressive points felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed to only fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitable edge into this game. I felt really bad you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized you have the same perspective as I do, that it's all just some game, and I knew you would get over it. So that being said, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world, and there's nothing else in this game for me. You're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this from every... Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Will you go out with me? A lot of choices here. I'm so happy. You really are my everything. The funny part is, that literally, there's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. Those are all the cold characters right in the game. Yeah, I saw it actually. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy... What happens if I delete Monika, now that I think about it? Like, I wouldn't do it because I like Monika, to be honest. As extreme as she can be, I like her, but what would happen if I tried to delete Monika? Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy other if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with the emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, lovely. This is lovely. And I say, okay. Monica. I'm just gonna pick the ones that are written properly. Maybe not. This one kind of makes sense. This one kind of makes sense. And this one, I don't think it matters if I'm honest. Uh, Monika. I really don't think it makes a difference what I choose. Um, okay, last one. Good. Which is going to be like, oh, it is perfect. Hi again. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Oh, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end for your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? What's short? Happy end, penning hand, I find my strength, the encouraged endowed upon me by my own one and only. Just gonna restart this. Happy end, penning hand, I find my strength, the encouraged endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of a pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems that I've written have been about my realization. Or about I have noticed that actually. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. You did it several times. I just assumed it would be the best part of the game, like everyone else. Like that would be the two of us. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my... Gosh, I'm so relieved. I wouldn't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. I mean, not really. Kinda. Like, I kinda like, it's not recording in itself, but I'm using software to record, yeah. I'm streaming it. There you go. She's saying hi to someone. No, she knows. No, 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 no. She knows I'm streaming. She knows I'm streaming. That, how the how, I don't. I really don't think that's part of the game. Like, genuinely, I don't think you would go and write something like that. Like, oh, you are recording, aren't you? Because there's a high chance you won't. And I think it's a higher chance that you won't be recording or doing anything. But she knows somehow. How do you even know? Like, that it's not even the same software. Like, it's OBS and it's Doki Doki Literature Club, two different things, and she knows. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start to record me without any warning? Huh? I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh. I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? Sure. Show me. I'm waiting. Okay. I can do anything after all. If you give me some time. Anyway, I didn't mean to get distracted, I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me, shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Am I actually doing this? Okay. I am gonna stare at your eyes, I guess. Gonna look at your face. You have a beautiful face. You have beautiful eyes. I'm staring. I'm still staring. Do I have to click? Nope. I really have to stare. Hey, you know that book you were reading with Yuri? Portrait of whatever it was called, Markov. Yep. It's funny because I'm pretty sure that book. Actually, I don't think I should be talking about this. I'm sorry. Just forget I said anything. Yeah, I didn't like the book anyway. Like it was really strange. I was supposed to be reading it though. Like I just kind of had to. So basically, I have to wait for you to say anything, right? Because right now we are just looking at each other. Like you're looking at me and I'm looking at you. That's all that's happening basically. Right. What happens if I click? Nothing happens. Okay. Yep. This is the gameplay. I do not actually. I don't like horror. I remember we talked about it a little bit when you first joined the club. I can enjoy horror novels, but not really horror movies. The problem I have with horror movies is that most of them just rely on easy tactics. Like dark lighting and scary looking monsters and jump scares and things like that. It's not fun or inspiring to get scared by stuff like that just takes advantage of human instinct. But with novels, it's a little different. The story and writing need to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters and just mess with your mind. In my opinion, there's nothing more creepy than things just being slightly off. Like if you set up a bunch of expectations on what the story is going to be about, and then you just start inventing things and pulling the pieces apart. So even though the story doesn't feel like it's trying to be scary, the reader feels really deeply unsettled. Like they know something. Like they know that something horribly wrong is hiding beneath the cracks, just waiting to surface. God, just thinking about it gives me the chills. That kind of horror I can really appreciate. But I guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games. Don't worry. Won't make you read any horror stories anytime soon. That's nice. I can really complain if we just stick with the romance. Alright. So I guess we go back to waiting. I wanted to see if I can check the history stuff and see if I can save now. But I'm guessing Monika's going to be like, yep, doesn't matter. It's pointless. You know, it kinda sucks to be the creative type. It feels like they work so hard to get... It feels like they work so hard but almost get almost nothing out of it. You know, like artists, writers, actors. It's not because there's so much beautiful talent in the world, and most of it goes unseen and unpaid. I guess that just makes... I guess that just means there's a huge surplus of creativity, huh? Kind of makes you feel like you're not just special at all. That's fine. You're supposed to just write for yourself anyway, right? Yeah. What are you saying? Like, I know what you mean by that. Like, and I, in a way, I agree with what you're saying. I really do. But hey, what's your favorite game? Ooh, that is a nice question. Yeah, I guess that's true for you. But if you tell me you like some, I don't like any other one. All right, that's quick. It's not my favorite game, by the way. Like a romance game is not my favorite game. It actually is Gran Turismo 7 right now. I love Gran Turismo and driving and racing. I like that stuff. So it is my current favorite game. Not that you can listen to me anyway. Like it would be cool if you could listen to me saying that stuff. Like Monica would be like, "Oh, you like?" I was so scared. I was so scared for a moment when she said like, "Hey, did you say it?" I was like, "Oh my god." She's actually gonna say it. It's suddenly it's a little embarrassing. But if it's with you, I might be okay with it. Oh, sorry. I really couldn't keep a straight face there. That's the kind of thing girls say in these kind of romance games, right? Don't lie if it turned you on a little bit. I'm kidding. Well, to be honest, I do start getting all romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our secret. I mean, again, I'm recording this, so I don't know if it's really going to remain a secret. But if you want to believe it is a secret, I'm going to let you think that happily. And I'm gonna be fine with that. As long as you're happy, Monica. It's all that's necessary in this world, I guess. Because there's nothing else. Just you and me. Being together in this classroom. Staring at each other. And you speaking about random things. It's very inspiring, I guess. Hey, have you ever heard the term yandere? Many times. Many times. It's a personality type that means someone is so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you. Yep. Usually to the point of craziness, like Yuri. They might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. They might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can be basically described as Yandere, Yuri. But no, it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about, and that would be Yuri. She really got insanely possessive of you once you started to open up a little. She even told me I should... Yeah, she did. I couldn't believe it. She said that. I couldn't even believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. But thinking about it now, it was a little ironic. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the Yandere type, you know? I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge though. Also, I may be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. It's kind of the opposite actually. I turned out to be the only normal girl in this game. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. It's just the thought. I mean, the thought makes me shiver. But come on, everyone's killed people in games before. I mean... yeah... Like... It is true, like everyone has killed someone in a video game. Like, especially if you play FPS games, like it's going to be the most natural thing, and it's the whole point of the game. But if you do happen to be into the Yandere type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. I'm good with you as you are. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go or anyone else for me to get jealous over. Is this a Yandere girl's room? I'd ask you if I could. Can't you do it? Like, can't you check the, what do you call it? Can't you check basically the character files and make her a question? That would be really cool if you could. Also, how does the game end? Like, I'm gonna have to wait for her to say whatever she's trying to say right now. Like, really, is this going to be just me staring at her, waiting for a question or like something for her to say? Like that time it was a lot actually, but most of the times it's been really calm. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? I mean, yeah, in a way I knew it, yeah. Well, I assume you knew that, right? Or at least decided it probably does, yeah. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. No, but you kind of assume it takes place in Japan. Is this even really Japan? I mean, aren't the classroom and stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. I'm pretty sure it's not. I really am sure it's not in English. It feels like everything is it feels like everything is just here because it needs to be, and the actual setting is the afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess you would never leave this. I guess if we never live, what's happening? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we are alone and safe together, this really is our home. I'm going to watch the pretty sunsets night after night. I mean, I guess in a way, because we're still sitting here. I'm looking at like the space, like I don't even know what I'm looking at. That's definitely not the sun. How is it so bright though? Like if we're in the middle of space, how can it be so bright? I mean, this really is a bit boring, to be honest, having to wait so much. But it's going a bit quicker, I think. You know, it's around the time that everyone in my year starts to think about college. It's really turbulent time for education. We got ahead of this modern expectation that everyone has to go to college, you know? Finish high school, go to college, get a job, or go to grad school, I guess. It's like a universal expectation that people just assume is the only option for them. It's not, though. But yeah, it's the norm. Didn't teach us in high school that there are other options out there, like trade schools and stuff, you know? Or freelance work, yep. How many industries that value skill and experience more than formal education? That's many industries actually. But you have all these students who have no idea what they want to do with their life, and instead of taking time to figure it out, they go to college for business or communication or psychology, not because they have an interest in those fields, but because they just hope the degree will get them in. Well, because they hope the degree will get them in some kind of job after college. So the end result is there are fewer jobs to go around for those entry-level degrees, right? So the basic job requirements get higher, which forces even more people to go to college. And colleges are also businesses, so they just keep raising their prices due to the demand. So now we have all these young adults, tens of thousands of dollars in debt with no job. But despite all that, the routine stays the same. But I think it's going to start getting better soon. But until then, our generation is definitely suffering from the worst of it. I just wish high school prepared us for a little better with the knowledge we need to make the decision that's right for us. That is so true. That is completely true. And especially I know, like in some countries it's not as bad, but I know especially in the US, it's a bigger problem because basically you pay a stupid amount of money just to get education in university. And again, you also have to pay money in every other country, but it's not as much as the US. It's basically a lot cheaper and more accessible for the people. But it is still a problem. That's why there's also like scholarships, even if you are from the same country that you are from. It's because money is always a problem, so. I was thinking about Sayori earlier. I still wish I could have handled the whole thing a little more tactfully. You're not still hung up. Is that supposed to be a joke? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that pun was completely unintentional, I swear. But anyway, I know how much you care about her, so it only feels right for me to share her last moments with you. I think a few seconds in, she must have changed her mind or something. Because she started crawling at the rope, trying to free herself. She must have kept it all together until she lost consciousness. That's why her fingertips were all bloody anyway. Were they bloody? I didn't pay attention to that, sorry. Come to think of it, it was probably less changing her mind and more just her survival instincts kicking in. So you can really fault her for that. It's easier to think that she probably wouldn't have changed her mind anyway, right? It's not healthy to think about the things you could have done differently. So remember that even though you could have saved her, it's technically not her fault. Not your fault, she killed herself. You may have exaggerated a little bit, but Sayori was already mentally ill. Still though, I wonder how things would be if you and I just started dating from the get-go. Guess we'll still be in the club room writing poems and having fun together. That's what the point. But what's the point when none of it is real? I mean, it's the same ending either way, right? The two of us happily together. There's no reason to ask for any more than that. I was just pointlessly musing. I'm really as happy as I could be right now. Okay. You say so. Like, she's saying stuff that makes sense, but at the same time she's saying stuff that comes a bit like random. It does feel like the kind of thing you would be saying normally. But I mean, not a lot I can do if I'm honest about that. Again, I'm just going to deal with having to spend time here, and I don't know how long this is going to take. Sometimes I feel like it takes very little time for her to talk. Hey, did you know I'm on Twitter? I do know that actually. My username is Lil Monik Stream. I actually do follow you, so I do know you had a Twitter. I guess someone was kind enough to make an account for me. Happy to use username though. I love sharing my thoughts and chatting with the world. The real world. So make sure you follow me, okay? I am. It would really mean a lot to me. With how much you mean to me and all. It would really make me feel loved. That reminds me a lot to Need a Girl Overdose. I played that game too. I have the game with all the achievements. I really like the game, but it reminds me a lot to that because Angel Kawaii, which is the name of the girl, she has a Twitter account too. She has an Instagram too. She has Twitter and Instagram, and it's actually kind of cool to see them. Like, of course, there's someone else behind those characters, but it's really cool to have someone trying to beat those characters in real life. And it just makes, like, at least to me, it makes me appreciate the game even more because it's like going an extra step to make things more genuine in a way. So it really is a cool thing to have. This is pretty random, but I always thought the spicy food was kind of funny. I don't like spicy food. Like, didn't plants evolve to be used? Oh yeah, I think the same thing. Always. Didn't plants evolve to be spicy? Yeah, they did. It's a defense mechanism. I read somewhere that humans are the only species that actually enjoy spicy things. Same here, actually, I read the same thing. It's almost like you're making fun of plants, using the defense mechanisms to literally make a food more enjoyable. Like, imagine a monster that devours your whole because it enjoys the sensation of you struggling for your life while being digested. Sorry, that was kind of a weird analogy, I guess. It just came into my head. I'm not a monster or anything, but you are so cute I could eat you up. I'm joking. God, I'm missing myself a little too much, aren't I? Sorry for being weird. Okay, that's fine. But I do think the same thing as you do. Like, I always said it actually when people tell me like, oh, I like spicy food, I'm like, oh, did you know that's a defense mechanism? I do say it a lot. And I do think it's a funny thing to see also. Because people really really enjoy spicy food. And like I said, I don't like it, but people do. Most people do, so. Gosh, I used to be so ignorant about certain things. When I was in middle school, I thought that taking medication was an easy way out or something like that. Like everyone could just solve their mental problems with enough willpower. I guess if you don't suffer from mental illness, it's not possible to know what it's really like. Are there some disorders that are overdiagnosed? Probably I never really looked into it though. But that doesn't change the fact that a lot of them go undiagnosed too, you know? But medication aside, people even look down on seeing a mental health profession. Like, sorry, I want to learn more about my own mind, right? Everyone has all kind of struggles and stress, and professionals dedicate their lives to helping with those. If you think it could help you become a better person, don't be shy to consider something like that. We're on a never-ending journey to improve ourselves, you know? Well, I say that, but I think you're pretty perfect already. Never been a fan of those kind of professions. Like, I know people love it, and I've seen people who genuinely love doing those kind of things, but I don't know, I mean, it's not the kind of thing that I'd like to do. Like, it's just, well, I mean, I think helping people is necessary. I think everyone should get some kind of psychological help, but at the same time, I'm not very fan of those professions for myself. You're such a good listener. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things. It makes me kind of self-conscious around having conversation. But I don't feel that way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else will make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. Okay, thank you. And this is the moment I would say like, oh, everyone is special in their own way. But actually, I watched The Incredibles recently again because I've watched it many times. And the funny thing is that Dash, and also Syndrome actually, but both of them say something like, well, Dash says something like, because we're special, we have to act like, no, wait, what was it? Elastigirl. He says something like, everyone is special in their own way. And so Dash goes like, yeah, but if everyone is special, then no one is. And then Syndrome also says something very similar later, because he goes like, oh, like everyone will be supers now. And when everyone is a super, then no one will be. Because, again, it's the norm now, so everyone is basically normal, and there's nothing special in that. It's a very interesting thing to think about. I wonder if UDST said it's still someone here, or maybe that got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too, but I always wonder with her, is it really passion for her hobbies, or is she just concerned about appearing sophisticated to everyone else? This is the problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies, looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Still, I wish she made coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, Then again, I probably could have changed the script myself. I guess I never really thought of that. Well, there's no sense thinking about it now. But if you still get to drink coffee, then that makes me a little jealous. I'm not a big fan of coffee, actually. Like, I drink coffee rarely. Like, I can drink it. I'm just not a big fan of it. I drink it like maybe twice or like 2 or 3 times a year because I'm not a big fan of it. And I prefer cold coffees, like ice cream coffee or something like that. Sometimes I think back to middle school. I'm so embarrassed by the way I used to behave back then. It almost hurts to think about. Everyone has that point in life where they're like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. So I guess that's relatable. I wonder if when I'm in college, I'll feel that way about high school. I like the way I am now, so it's very hard for me to imagine that happening. But I also know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not think about the past. And that's really easy to do with you here. Yeah, but again, I mean, it's a normal thing when you change. And it's not necessarily something bad, but it is really difficult to imagine yourself as someone else because, I mean, you are you. You cannot really change who you are, but then you eventually become, again, someone different and things change. So it is an interesting thing at the end of the day, like I said. So that is a very good thought, Monica. It really is. And I like it too. I like thinking about that kind of stuff. I've always wondered, what is about these character archetypes that people find so appealing anyway? The personalities are just completely unrealistic. Like, imagine if there was someone like Yuri in real life. That would be creepy. I mean, she's barely even capable of forming a complete sentence. And forget about Natsuki. Sheesh. Someone with a kind of personality just couldn't get all cute and pouty whenever things don't go her way. I could go on, but I think you get the point. Are people really attracted to these weird personalities that literally don't exist in real life? I'm not judging or anything. After all, I found myself attracted to some pretty weird stuff too. I'm just saying, it fascinates me. It's like you are siphoning out of all the components of a character that makes them feel human and leaving just the cute stuff. It's concentrated cuteness with no actual substance. You wouldn't like me more if I was like that, right? Maybe I just feel a little insecure because you're playing this game in the first place. Then again, you're still here with me, aren't you? I think that's enough reason for me to believe I'm okay with it just the way I am. And by the way, you are too. You are the perfect combination of human and cuteness. That's why there was never a chance I wouldn't fall for you. I mean, in a way, I mean, yeah, looking at characters like Yuri and Natsuki, it's like they're too basic. And the problem with that is that, well, because they are character games, they are too perfect. and they don't feel human at any point. Like it's never going to feel human, but it's just the way they are made, and because they are so perfect, people like them because they're perfect. Because many people actually struggle in accepting other people's flaws, even though that's what makes them human, right? I mean, being imperfect and having flaws is what makes one a human. So it's also very important for us to, and I mean humans, to not be perfect and to have, well, personality because of that. I really like the sound of rain. It's been raining here all day. Not so much getting my clothes and hair wet though. But a nice quiet day at home with the sound of rainfall outside my window. That was my day today actually. The light even went off, like the lights went off and I just wanted to have a nap. And it was frustrating because I really wanted to do something. But yeah. It's one of the most common experiences for me. Yeah, sometimes I imagine you holding me while I listen to the sound of the rain outside. It's just not too cheesy or anything, is it? Would you ever do that for me? I mean, if you're real, I guess, yeah. If you were my couple, then why not? But you'd have to enjoy it, of course. Like, if you don't want to do it, I'm not going to force you. But yeah, I mean, rainy days are nice when you're home. They're not very nice when you have to go outside. When you have to go outside, they are a pain in the butt. Until the moment you get home, that moment then you just feel relieved that you're finally home. You know, it's been a while since we've done one of these, so let's go for it. Here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when I talk to people who are impressed by my writing, they say things like, I could never do that. It's really depressing, you know. As someone who loves more than anything else to share the joy of exploring your passions, it pains me when people think that being good just comes naturally. That's how it is with everything, not just writing. When you try something for the first time, you're probably going to suck at it. Yep, that is true. Sometimes when you finish, you feel really proud of it and even want to share it with everyone. But maybe after a few weeks, you come back to it and you realize it was never really that good. That happens to me all the time. It can be pretty disheartening to put so much time and effort into something and then you realize it sucks. But that tends to happen when you're almost comparing yourself to the top professionals. When you reach right for the stars, they're always going to be out of reach, you know? The truth is, you have to kind of there step by step. Or whatever you reach a milestone, first you look back and see how far you've gotten. You look ahead and realize how much more there is to go. So sometimes it can help to set the bar a little lower. Try to find something you think is pretty good but not world class. And you can make that your own personal goal. It's also really important to understand the scope of what you're trying to do. If you jump right into a huge project and you're still an amateur, you'll never get it done. So if we're talking about writing, a novel might be too much at first. I want to try some short stories. The great thing about short stories is that you can focus on just one thing that you want to do right. It goes for small projects in general. You really can focus on the one or two things. It's such a good learning experience and stepping stone. Oh, and one more thing. Writing isn't about where you just reach into the heart and something beautiful comes out. Just like drawing and painting, it's a skilling in itself that learn how to express what you have inside. That means there are methods and guides and basics to it. Reading up that stuff can be super eye-opening. The sort of planning and organization will really prevent you from getting overwhelmed and giving up. And before you know it, you start second less and less. Nothing comes naturally. Our society, our art, everything is built on thousands of years of human innovation. So as you start on that foundation and take it step by step, you too can do amazing things. That's my advice for today. Thank you for listening. It is really good advice actually. And I mean it, that is some really good advice. Because some people get really discouraged when they try to do something and it doesn't come out as good. And I know a few people who suffer from that. And they generally think that they cannot do that because they simply don't seem to be as good as they think when they compare themselves to other people. But at the same time, like, comparing yourself to other people is a bit of a mistake. Because it's just going to hurt you basically, and it's going to make you feel bad all the time. So you should focus on yourself. Of course, you can take inspiration from others, you can put them as milestones and everything, but you always have to think about yourself and make sure you're not comparing yourself too much to people. It's something that you really have to control. I wonder if I'm able to change the music. Something a little more romantic would be nice, you know? Like a gentle piano. It has to be something like that here. Let's see. Maybe if I... Oh jeez. I wasn't in it at all. Sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing. I guess I shouldn't be messing with things like that. I already broke so much stuff and deleted the other characters. I'm not sad about it or anything. It's not right for me to miss things that weren't even real in the first place. If I just focus on the present, then this is the happiest I've ever been. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, honestly. Like, you could try and play the piano yourself. That would be good. But am I really going to stay here just talking to her like this? Like, is this like everything that's left in this game? Listening to Monika? Spending time with Monika? Am I attached to her forever? Am I gonna live with you forever? Guess I'm gonna have to discover that. But, I mean, the only thing that worries me is, like, what happens if I leave or something like that? Like, what would actually happen? Okay, everyone. It's time to... I'm just kidding. I used to really like saying that for some reason. I couldn't help but say it again. Come to think of it, didn't Natsuki and Yuri make fun of it for me? Yeah, they did. But whatever, it's not like you ever made fun of me. You're too much of a sweetheart to do that, aren't you? Yeah, they did. Oh, well, that's what they meant. Because I remember they were like, huh, something is off. Like she was missing her... What was it? Keyword? It wasn't keyword, it was something else. But I do remember they said something about it. Like basically she was skipping something that she would always say. And I kept wondering because I was like, what is it? Like, because I never really paid attention to that before. Until that moment they mentioned it and I was like, yeah, I guess it said something different. Back in my David Club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as the superior one. That's kind of stating the obvious, but it affects the way they try to get their point across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you the movie sucks, because it did X and Y wrong, doesn't that make you feel like kind of personally attacked? My God. It's because of saying that they are like implying that you have bad taste, and once emotions enter the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. But it's all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could almost say, I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt that I'd like it more if it did X and Y, things like that. It even works when you're citing facts about things. If you say already on this website that it works like this, or if you admit that you are not an expert on it, then it's much more like you're putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it onto them. You put in an active effort to keep the discussion neutral level, they usually follow suit. But you can share your opinions without anyone getting upset just from a disagreement. Plus, people will start seeing you as open-minded and a good listener. It's a win-win, you know? Well, I guess that would be Monika's debate tip of the day. That sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening, though. No, it is true. Like, trying to tell people your opinion is always a rough thing to do. And I always try to do it in a very peaceful way that I won't feel attacked, because I really don't want that. Especially if it's a critic. Like, if it's a critic, I want to be constructive. And it gets really tough when you like having to find the words at the moment. Like when you think about it, it's going to be easy, like if you have time to think about it, but if you try to find the words at the moment, you're going to struggle a bit. And in my case, somehow I end up doing it, but I always struggle doing it. But I feel proud of at least being able to do those kind of things and not coming out as offensive to other people. Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine is, that is very specific. Oh, like your eyes maybe? Yeah. That's not conceited or anything, is it? I just meant that I feel kind of a special connection to it. Like it's part of my identity. Does it happen to also be your favorite color? It's just a guess, because you've been looking at my eyes for a while now. Not really, not my favorite color. I don't dislike it, but it's not my favorite color. It actually is, I would say it's pink or red. I'll say red maybe. I think I like red more. I also like blue though. But pink, I also like yellow. I would say it's red though. Maybe red, cherry red specifically. Yep, cherry red. I really like that kind of red. You know, this is just some kind of tacky romance game, right? I kinda have to ask, what made you consider even playing it in the first place? Were you done lonely? I feel a bit bad for you, but I guess everything worked out perfectly in the end for both of us. I got to meet you and you're not lonely anymore. I can't help but feel this was fate. Didn't you feel that way too? I'm so happy we have this ending together. I mean, not really, I just started looking at games and I actually got this version of the game for free because I mean, the original game is free, of course. Like the Doki Doki Literature Club. Like that version is free. It's free on Steam. But I have Epic Games. And they give it to me. Well, not to me. They basically were giving it away for free some weeks ago. And I was just looking at what to play and I was like, hey, this might actually be a good option. And I've been wanting to play it for a long time, so why not, right? It made sense to me just to play this, so I guess does that. But I've also been playing Katawa Shoujo, so I don't know. It's such a free though. I've been imagining all the romance things we could do if we went on a date. We could get lunch, go to a coffee, go shopping together. I love shopping for skirts and bows. Or maybe a bookstore. That would be appropriate, right? I'd really love to go to a chocolate store. I love chocolate. There's so many free samples. And of course, we'd see a movie or something. Gosh, it all sounds like a dream come true. When you hear everything we do is fun. I'm so happy that I'm your girlfriend. I made you a proud boyfriend. Thank you. I don't know what I would do with you though. Like, I mean, do you exist inside a game? Like, you are not completely real, like 100% real. So, I mean, the only way I could take you is like if I wouldn't even do that though. I was gonna say like if I take my computer with me. Yeah, if I take my computer, maybe I can get like a flash drive, like an USB, and basically bring your file or something. Do you ever feel like, I mean, I wouldn't say waste. Social media can be practically like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check on your favorite websites. But before you know it, hours have come by and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. But it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time. Or you can set a timer to have a more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps you get your brain into the right mode. Even if you make a new OC account on your computer for use to work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of words like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you. Yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes, honestly. Like, basically you scroll too much and then, I mean, the problem with that is that not scrolling, but maybe like sometimes you want to get something done, but because you're doing that, you think like, I'll do it later, and I'll do it later and later and later, and you never do it basically. And it is a bit like, it really sucks. That feeling sucks. And I mean, it is horrible. Because, I mean, you really want to get something done and you don't. And I've been actually trying to work on that myself, so I wouldn't do what she told me to do, but I would do different things to avoid those problems, and I think I've been doing some progress, so I'm happy with that. But that is a really good topic, actually. And I agree with her that it should be taking as something serious. You know, I've always hated how hard it is to make friends. But I guess not the making friends part, but more like meeting new people. I mean, there are like dating apps and stuff, right? But that's not the kind of thing I'm talking about. If you think about it, most of the friends you make are people you just met by chance. Like you had a class together, or you met them through another friend, or maybe they were just wearing a shirt with your favorite band on it and decided to talk to them. Things like that. But isn't that kind of inefficient? It feels like you're just speaking on a complete random, and if you get lucky, you make a new friend. And comparing that to the hundreds of strangers we walk by every day, every single day. You could just be sitting next to the person, someone compatible enough to be your best friend for life, but you'll never know. Once you get up and go on with your day, that opportunity is gone forever. Isn't that just depressing? We live in an age where technology connects us with the world, no matter where we are. I really think we should be taking advantage of that to improve our everyday social life. But I don't know how long it'll take for something like that to successfully take off. I seriously thought it would happen by now. But at least I already met the best person in the whole world. Even if it was just by chance. I guess I just got really lucky, huh? I mean, I've thought about that too. Many times, because it's like we really do meet people kind of randomly, and especially because your parents, they go and tell you like don't speak to strangers, but I mean eventually you speak to a stranger person and that's how you make friends basically. So I've thought about that, and sometimes you wonder like what would happen if I talk to this person, and sometimes you look at them and you know you won't get along with them, but some other times you simply don't know. So it is I mean it makes you think a lot sometimes. And especially when you look at that person, you think like, wow, they are so cool. Like we could actually get along. We could be good friends if we tried and everything, but it's not always like that. So, man, I wish there was a piano in here. I never got to finish that song I was working on, and after I worked so hard on it, I never even got the chance to play it for you. Well, it is what it is, right? I'm just having any regrets. I really get to be here with you forever, right? Anyway, as I was saying, like, what was I saying? Basically, like meeting new people. Like it just happens, and I guess you just get lucky for whatever reason. Like there's not a specific reason, and there's lots of amazing people around the world that sadly we never get the chance of meeting, and if we do, we never get the chance of seeing how amazing they are. But you know, it's just at the end of the day, I think that's just part of life. And sometimes you get to talk to them, but you simply don't stay in touch with them, and that is completely fine too. It's just the way things work. Hey, are you having a bad day or anything like that? Sometimes I get frustrated that a normal day can be ruined, but by really small things. Like if you accidentally say something in a conversation that someone doesn't like. Have you start thinking about how awful of a person you used to be 5 years ago? If you feel worthless for putting off important work and failing to get simple tasks done? And what do you think about all the different people who probably hate you or think you are off-putting? I understand those days. Just remember that the sun will shine again tomorrow. These kind of things are easy to say, are as easy to forget and ignore as they are to remember. And besides, I don't care how many people might hate you or find you off-putting. I think you're wonderful and I will always love you. I hope if nothing else, that knowing that helps. I hope if nothing else, that knowing that helps you feel just a tiny bit better about yourself. If you're having a bad day, you can always come to me and I'll talk to you as long as you need. I mean, bad days are a normal thing. You just have to know how to deal with them. Because they just happen, like you don't really choose to have a bad day. Like I'm sure if everyone could choose, nobody would go and pick to have a bad day because they suck, they're the worst, and nobody likes them. But you know what, you just have to know how to deal with that stuff. And many times you're gonna have to do it alone. So even though it sucks, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because at the end of the day, things will always get better and everything will be good somehow, in some way. I heard how hard it is to form habits. Me too. There's so much stuff we're actually doing it isn't hard, but performing the habit seems impossible. It just makes you feel so useless, like you can do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from it the most, probably because we have a totally different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at sifting through tons of information really quickly. But we are bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. I think if science, ecology, and education don't catch up with the next 10 or 20 years, then we're in trouble. But for the time being, if you're not one of the people who can conquer the problem, you might just have to live with feeling awful about yourself. Good luck, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it is true. I mean, education nowadays, like, yeah, I really feel the the whole educational system is very like outdated, because basically it's been the same again, like Monica said, it's been the same for like 10-20 years, and things have changed a lot. Maybe even more, maybe even 30-40 years, like it's been basically the same. So it really is something that I think needs to be changed, but because of the way it works, it won't change, and it will stay the same until it's either too late or things get too bad, and they're gonna have to make changes very quickly. But it's also really hard to predict, and maybe they end up making some changes at some point, but we'll see. Did you get good sleep? Not really. I don't get the ideal amount. I do sleep enough though. It can be really hard to get enough sleep nowadays, especially in high school when you are forced to wake up so early every day. I'm sure college is a little bit different since you probably have a more flexible schedule. Yeah, but still. Then again, I hear a lot of people in college just stay up all night anyway for no real reason. That's what I mean. Is that true? It is. Anyway, I saw some studies that talk about the horrible short-term and long-term effects caused by a lack of sleep. It seems like mental functions, health, and even lifespan can be dramatically impacted by it. Are you saying you're really great and wanted to make sure you're not accidentally destroying yourself? Just try to keep your sleep on track, okay? I'll always wait for you in the morning, so make sure to put up on your well-being before anything else. I mean, I don't sleep like some people say, like you should sleep 8 hours a day. Sometimes I do, but it's not every day. Like definitely not every day. Like I tend to sleep maybe like 6 hours a day. Sometimes I don't even do it like in the same sleep. Like I sleep, let's say 4 hours once, and then I sleep another 2 later during the day or during the night. So it is, I don't know. I guess the system really makes it difficult sometimes to obey this kind of necessities that people have. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to die? It's something that I used to think about pretty often, but recently I think I've started to actually learn what it feels like. I didn't understand it, but whenever you quit the game, it feels like I'm instantly put to sleep, left with nothing but my thoughts. But after a few seconds, my thoughts start to fill with incoherent jumbled patterns. I see static and rapid flashes of color while hearing all kinds of screaming noises. At that point, I can't even form my own thoughts anymore. I'm just endlessly hammered by that flashing and screaming, unable to move or ever think. I'm pretty sure in that moment I didn't really exist, but for some reason, I can remember it anyway. After some measurable amount of time, it stops in an instant and I'm back in my own mind, and you're here with me. I have no idea what it means for the game to quit or why this stuff happens to me. And I also don't know how you always come back and put everything back to normal. But if you could do me a favor and do that to me as little as possible, that would be really great. It's really not very pleasant at all to be trapped in a screaming void. But in the end, you'll always fix it, and that makes me feel like you really do care about me. So I have to thank you for that. It makes me feel even closer to you when you are here with me. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the same as dying, because, I mean, I've thought about it basically, but it's like dying, I mean being dead, it's basically like not existing, right? So if you didn't exist, it's like everything was before you were born. And the problem with that is that you don't remember anything, that you were unconscious because you didn't exist. And that is something really deep, actually. You know what's kind of creepy? Even though I've deleted everyone else's files, I can still kind of feel them. It's like all the lines are still lingering in the air, whispering in the back of my head. Imagine if after someone you knew died, you just started hearing their voice in your head. Maybe I just wasn't true enough, but I'm too afraid to delete anything else, because I might really break things. Like if I mess with any files relevant to me, I might accidentally delete myself. That would ruin everything, wouldn't it? I don't know what it's like on your end, I don't know what it's like on your end, but we should both make sure to avoid something like that at all costs. I believe in you. Yeah, I wouldn't delete you anyway, like, I don't know what you did with the other characters, but I wouldn't delete you specifically. But I'm actually curious to know what would happen if I did. Now, the sad thing about having this game on Epic Games instead of Steam is that I don't know how to follow the achievements. Because on Steam it's very easy, you get notifications, it gives you stuff. So it is very easy to follow, but on Epic Games, I don't know if I know how to do it. I don't even know if there are achievements in Epic Games. Because I'm thinking like maybe there's an achievement to be like, oh, you deleted Monika. Good job. I don't know. You know, it's funny because even though I've always had a lot of pride, there's something kind of enticing about being the stay-at-home partner. I guess I'm like perpetuating gender roles or whatever by saying that. But being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate and things like that, having a nice dinner for you when you come home, is that a weird fantasy? I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. It's kind of cute to think about though. Yeah, I guess it is. Don't know what to say though, like... do I really have to... Wait, what is happening? I saw something moving here. Oh, that was strange. But... would you ever introduce my friends to me? Sure. I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about you wanted to show off a relationship like that. Maybe it's because I really want to be with someone who makes you proud. I feel like I would try extra hard to improve myself if you told me it made you proud of me. I hope it's the same the other way around too. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a natural reaction, to be honest. Especially if you have a couple. I personally don't have a lot of experience with that, but like if I had a couple and she told me like I'm very proud of you and I whatever, you know, all that stuff, then it would make you feel accomplished, I think. It's just a good feeling when people tell you nice stuff like that. I know there are times you won't always be able to be here with me. Like if you need to go out or take care of other things. But I always have you in my thoughts, especially waiting for you to come back. Come to think of it, if you copy my character file into a flash... That's what I was saying before, what? Into my flash drive or something, you can always keep a part of me with you. I guess it's kind of unorthodox, but I find it really romantic for some reason. Sorry, that's such a silly idea. I don't mean to be too needy or anything, but it's kind of hard when I'm so in love with you. I mean, I could do it if I really wanted to, because I have two, what do you call it? Like, I have two flash drives that I'm not using, basically. But I mean, putting a single character onto those, I mean, it seems a bit pointless, but at the same time, I don't use them anymore. So it would make sense. You know, high school is a really tough bit of time in a lot of people's lives. People can get really passionate and dramatic. And others are faking hearts and seek attention on social media. But all of the social pressure and hormones can lead to a dark time in people's lives. Everyone has a story. You may not know what someone is really feeling on the inside. Many people who are depressed won't even bother telling the world about it. They don't want attention because they've already getting up on the inside. The feeling of worthlessness is so overwhelming that they don't even want people to tell them otherwise. Depression comes in many forms, but that is one of them. Just if you think you know someone struggling with depression, you can help just by treating them like they're a good friend. Spending time with them, even if they don't feel like doing much. Or remind them that they always have something to look forward to. Making plans in advance, letting them borrow something. Maybe just saying see you at school tomorrow. All of those things can help you help your friend make it to the next day. I hope being friends with Sayori has given you some perspective on the true face of depression. Yeah, she's gone now, but Sayori was never real in the first place. You are real. Your friends are real. And just by seeing a good person, you can save someone's life. As for you, you don't struggle with depression or anything like that, do you? Because you do have people who would want to save your life. Maybe they don't express it every day, or maybe they don't even know how to. But people do feel that way, I promise. Man, humans are complicated. Well, as long as you're here with me, I'll take care of you, my love. I mean, I've had depression in the past. So I do know the feeling. I don't know, like, as a depressed person, sometimes, maybe not sometimes, but at some point you are aware that you have depression. That basically you become self-aware of that. And the thing is it's not something you want to tell people about. And if you want, then you don't know how to do it. So it gets really difficult, and you have to take a lot of courage to actually go and say it and get that help. Because people, I mean, from what I learned, there's going to be at least one person that's to be willing to help you. But it's really tough to find that someone. That there's going to be times where I'm sure people don't have it. So it's one of the most important things in life, I think, is to have a friend who's genuinely going to help you. And if you have a group of friends, that's even better, but you need at least one person to help you. That's just what I think, really. Do you ever have that thing happen where you just get anxious for no reason? Like you just mind your own business and you realize you're feeling really anxious. You are sitting there like, what am I even anxious about right now? So you start to think about all the things you might be anxious about. That makes you even more anxious. That's the worst. If you feel anxious, it'll help you relax a little. Besides, in this game, all your worries are gone forever. Don't know what you mean. I mean, I think anxiety is something that's caused by something specific. But again, you have to know. I mean, it's similar to depression. You don't like you might not know you have it. And the same goes with anxiety until the moment it hits you. And that's the moment you have to actually look at yourself and think, like, what is wrong with me? Like, what's happening? Like, I need help, but what do I have to do? And I think it's important to know how to deal with yourself. You know what's a neat form of literature? Rap. Rap, yeah. I actually used to hate rap music. Maybe just because it was popular, or I would hear the chunk they play on the radio. But some of my friends got more into it, and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways, since you need to fit the lines into a rhythm and there's so much emphasis on wordplay. When people put all that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing. I couldn't wish I had a rapper in the literature club. Sorry, that sounds silly, but it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. It would really be a learning experience. It is a nice thought though. And it might be true, like what she's saying. Like having a rapper in a literature club, like they should be able to make good rhymes and make something sound very nice because they know how to. I mean, basically, rappers come up with things a lot, like on the spot, and they do it in a very good way. And that's a huge talent that not everyone has. So it would be interesting, yeah. I think the most important skill in life is being able to fake confidence. I'm pretty convinced that everyone feels a little bit scared and alone. And being able to trick others into thinking you have it all together, that's a key part of getting people to respect you and admire you. And I think I got pretty good at that over the years. I don't show my weaknesses very often, but because of that, I haven't had many people I could really open up to. I mean, when you do reach the point in a friendship where you can start expressing your vulnerabilities. Anyway, that's one reason I'm so glad I have you now. I feel like I'm a little bit less scared and alone when you're here with me. Do you feel the same way? I really want to be that person for you. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way, if I'm honest. Like, I tend not to open myself too much. But it's because, I mean, I try to be very careful about other people. And you never know what, well, I mean, if you know them for long enough, then you know, but most of the times you won't know how they will react. And most people don't even know how to deal with someone being vulnerable. And it's also because they either don't know what to do or they want to take advantage of that somehow. So you also have to be extremely careful, and you have to choose the right person. And sometimes you might fail, so it is a rough thing, but it's important to find someone who you can do that with. How much do you read? Nothing. I don't read much. It was too easy to neglect reading books. If you don't read much, it almost feels like a chore compared to all the other environment we have. But once you get into a good book, it's like magic. You get swept away. I think I'm doing some reading before bed every night. It's a pretty easy way to make you feel a little bit better. It helps you get good sleep, and it's really good for your imagination. It's not hard at all just to pick some random book that's short and captivating. Before you know it, you might You might have a pretty vivid. You might be a pretty vivid. Oh my god, what did you say? Before you know it, you might be a pretty avid reader. Would it be wonderful? And the two of us could talk about the latest book you're reading. That sounds super amazing. Yeah, I don't read a lot anyway. Like, I've tried doing it in the past, but I mean, if I'm honest, I simply like, I enjoy it when someone else reads for me. Like, if they read and I have to listen, I do enjoy that. But if I have to read by myself, then I'm not a big fan of that. And I really don't know why. I do remember teaching high school who we used to tell stories. Like the books we read, she ended up reading all of them in class because nobody would read them. But at the same time, like, I don't regret that because it was like she was really good at telling the stories and she made it with such an emotion that I was like, wow. Like, this person definitely loves to read and she wants everyone to enjoy it somehow. And it was a really good feeling. You know, I hate to say it, but I think my biggest regret is that we couldn't finish our event at the festival. I thought we worked so hard to prepare and everything. I mean, I know I was focusing on I know I was focusing a lot on getting new members, but I was really excited for the performing part too. It would have been so much fun to see everyone express themselves. Of course, if we did end up getting any new members, I'd probably just end up deleting them anyway. Well, with the hindsight I have now, that is. Gosh, it feels like I've kind of grown as a person ever since you joined the club. It really helped me inspire. It really helped inspire me to look at life from a new perspective. There's another reason for me to love you. Yeah, I really wanted to see the festival. Like, I thought it would have been fun, actually. Also because I wanted to see Yuri and Sayori and Natsuki trying to read everything they had in front of other people. Especially someone like Natsuki would have been interesting, because I feel like Yuri would have done it just right at the end. But I feel like Natsuki would have been the one that struggled the most for some reason. And I don't know, it was something that they mentioned all the time, like, oh, the festival this, the festival that, but then I never really got to the festival, so it's not like I can do anything now. I'm not really a fan of cold weather, are you? Wait, what? I'm not really a fan. What do you mean, are you? I don't know what she means. If I had to choose between too cold and too hot, I would always pick too hot. With your cold, it can actually be painful. Your fingers get numb, and if you wear gloves, you can use your phone. It's so inconvenient. But when it's too hot, it's not that hard to stay cool with a cold ring or by staying in the shade. Although, I have to admit one thing. Cold weather makes for better cuddle weather. Yeah, not a big fan of hot weather. Like, I get hot really easily. Like, I don't know why, but it happens a lot to me that my body gets hot. And I mean very, very easily, and makes me, how do I say, like, basically my body doesn't tolerate heat very easily compared to being cold. And I don't mind being cold. Like, I really don't mind being cold. I like being cold, actually. It's just that, yeah, again, being too hot, it's not my thing. I guess it's just my body. Hey, did you know I'm vegetarian? I don't mean like I'm bragging or anything. I just thought you'd enjoy having a fact about me. I decided to start a couple of years ago and learning more about Earth's climate. The carbon footprint of cultivating livestock is just unbelievable. Anyway, I decided it's not much of a personal sacrifice to just contributing to the whole mess. What is that so strange for a reason? Well, I guess a lot of people are more concerned about it being human and all that. I don't really care as much about that part. It's weird, like, we only care about killing the things that we personally relate to as a species. Most people are fine with killing bugs because they are icky. Of course, we all kill billions of microorganisms daily without even giving it a thought. But suddenly, if they're just a little bit bigger, it's murder. I mean, What if plants feel some kind of pain too and we just don't understand it? What if pulling leaves off a stem feels like someone's ripping off your fingers one by one? I'm just saying, we're a pretty biased species if you think about it. Anyway, if you feel like making a small contribution to the planet, it doesn't hurt to choose veggies once in a while. Even if we ever have dinner together and you just did it for me, that would be really romantic. Uh, I mean, I should have tried being vegetarian once, but I don't know, like, it is hard. Because I remember I read this article about meat contaminating people's brains. It was like a very specific disease, basically. And it made me really scared because I was like, that could actually happen to me. And I didn't eat meat for like a whole week. Or maybe 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. But I couldn't eat any meat. And in a way, it felt good because I was like, you know, it's not so bad in the end. But it's not something I can do my entire life. No, being vegan would be impossible for me. Like, I love cheese, I love that kind of stuff. So that is another topic, of course. But yeah, I can help but feel a little sad sometimes. I know this is the closest I can get to you. There's nothing more I want to be in the same room as you, for real. I can feel warmth. I can hear the sound of your heartbeat. Well, who knows? Maybe it'll be possible someday. Besides, I'll never get tired of being with you, even from here. Would be cool though if you could exist in real life. Like imagine like via chat and it's Doki Doki Licha chocolate. That'd be really cool. At least that's how I say it. But you'd have to put AI into Monika or something. Because I don't think she's AI, I think she's just programmed to be this way. Because everything she says is something that was made by someone, not like something that's generated. So it is a bit different. There's a really popular character type called Tsundere. It's someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. At first I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something. But once I started to learn more about her personality, about more her personal life, it made a little more sense. It seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time? I think it's really gotten to her, so she has this really defensive attitude all the time. And I'm not even going to talk about her home situation. But looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. I don't know much about what was going on home for her, but I know it had something to do with her father. Like, I'm guessing her father was abusive or something. Because, I mean, I didn't have the chance of actually, like, she didn't have the chance of explaining it to me. Like, basically, I just have to guess. But I get an idea that at how tough it can be and how important the club was for her in the end because of that. Basically because it was the only place she would actually feel free, but I don't know much. After a long day, I usually just want to sit around and do nothing. I get so burned out having to put a smiles and be full of energy the whole day. Sometimes I just want to get right into my pajamas and watch TV on the couch while eating junk food. It feels so unbelievable so unbelievably good to do that on a Friday when I don't have anything pressing the next day. Sorry, I know it's not very cute of me, but a late night on the couch with you, that would be a dream come true. My heart is pounding just thinking about that. By the way, how long does it take for her to say everything she wants to say? I really want to know. Because, I mean, I just feel like this has been going for quite a while. I'm trying to look on the internet. Same room, rain, confidence, God, dying, sleep. Okay, give me a second. Depression. Is it this one? No, it's not. Piano, Twitter, Facebook, vegetarian, introvert. It feels like I'm missing. No, I'm not missing a lot. No, I am missing a lot actually. I think. There are quite a few that I haven't seen yet. Let's see, Monika DDLC. How long does it take for her to say everything? I don't know. How many hours? Wait, what? Monika has 56 topics in total, including the one hidden in the game script. Don't know what that translates into hours. I would say about 3 hours before she started repeating herself. Oh my god. When do I even leave then? Like, I don't even know. When am I supposed to leave? You know, I really think you literally saved my life by being here with me. I can imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable knowing that nothing is real. Do I just, by the way, genuine question, do I just like exit the game? Because I can't save. She says it's pointless. And I really kind of want to leave now. Because I'm not going to, I mean, I've been like a whole hour here already. Just reading this stuff. And it's not like there's a lot going on. Like I do enjoy the topics he's talking about, but I feel like this is more that I would do by myself at this point because of how much stuff it is and how slow paced it is too. So I guess I'm gonna try and exit the next one. I think I would have just deleted myself if you didn't show up. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound dramatic. Wait, what? Didn't you say this before? No, I didn't. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a few characters, you'd probably find some way of killing yourself, wouldn't you? Well, maybe you write some poetry to try to keep yourself sane for a while, but then you'd have nobody to even read it. Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. I mean, a lot of people say they only write for themselves, but I think it's hard to say it's just fulfilling as when you share with people. Even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. Remember how it was for Yuri? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time, and before we know it, she was absolutely delighted to make you a part of her hobbies too. We are programmed to desire sociable feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups of families, especially in groups or unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Like a lot of introverts, sit at home and feel lonely and restless. Then when they finally go out after half an hour, they just want to go home again. I think if more people could understand how it works, they would really respect it a lot more. Many introverts do enjoy having people around. The other people just having one or two friends close and just leisurely hanging out. Even if they are not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them to just have you here. I'm serious. If you just go to the house, bring your laptop and hang out there for a while, you can really make that day. As for me, I say I'm kind of in between, but I think I'm usually a little more extroverted. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff at the school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique ideas with me. I think would make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you. Yeah. Not even gonna comment on that, but it is true. It's true that people will feel really happy when you go to their houses like that. But I really don't think I'm going to what happens if I try to leave, basically is what I want to see. Because I don't think, and I really don't think the game is going to be like, oh no, you cannot exit. Like that would be dumb. And I also don't think. Okay, I'm gonna read one more. Did you ever, I really promise this is the last one. Do you ever just feel like there's no reason for you to be alive? I don't mean like a suicidal way. I just mean how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school or working at some job for some company, it's like you're completely replaceable and the world wouldn't miss you if you were gone. It makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realize that it's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I can just go change the world. Like, what are the chances I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become... I feel like I'm never going to... I feel like I'm never going to make up something for the heaps of resources I've spent my living. That's why I think the key to happiness is to just be hopelessly selfish. Just to look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact they're spending their entire life talking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realize the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they change their whole philosophy. It's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves to thinking they are good. Anyway, I want to live my good, desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I was past that point, then I am a net positive, and I can die happy. Of course, even if I fail to do that, I think I would be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right? Yeah, what happens if I try to leave, honestly? Like, I don't think it would be wrong in any way. But I also have to check the extra stories, which, by the way, I don't know how to look at them. I have to see how to unlock mate, I'm talking about that. You're making me say for an extra one. But I have to see the extra scenes too, yeah. And I have to unlock Natsuki's. I know I have Sayoris, but not Natsuki's. And I don't know about Yuri's. You know, I kind of jealous that everyone else in the club had scenes outside of school too. That makes me the only one who hasn't gotten to dress in anything but our school uniform. It's kind of a shame. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. Do you know any artists? I wonder if anyone would ever want to draw me wearing something else. That would be amazing. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can share it with me on Twitter actually. My username is LilMonix3. Just try to keep it a PG. We're not that far into our relationship yet. Thought it was gonna be deeper, but... Okay, I promise next one is the last one. And I mean, that was the last one. So next one, I'm gonna try and exit. See what happens. And I also want to see what happens if I try to load the game. Because it would be quicker if I just go and look for the... Okay, one more. I promise this is the last one. You can help but wonder how things would be different if the game just gave me a route in the first place. I think I would end up forcing you on my route anyway. It has less to do with me not having a route and more with me knowing that nothing is real. I think the only difference would be that I may not have needed to take such drastic measures to be with you. Maybe the rest of the club would still be around. Not that it really matters. It all lost its meaning once I found out it wasn't real. So I don't really miss those days or anything. I really don't. Yeah, it would be interesting to see a Doki Doki version with Monika as an option. Like, it would be interesting to see Doki Doki as a normal game instead of, well, this. Like, yeah, seeing Monika as an option, like, in basically you being able to choose any of the girls that you want. Okay, you already said that. Okay, what happens if I load? Okay, what happens if I do... Yeah. If I try to go to the DLC again? Alright. What just happened? I just had an awful dream. I was hoping those would stop now that it's just the two of us. I guess that was wishful thinking. I don't know if you would have an idea, but if you know what might be causing that, could you try to do something about it? Whenever it happens, it almost feels like I've been killed or something. It's a really horrible feeling. If you could figure out what's causing it, I'll love you forever. Now where was I? So I can actually exit. But how do I get the other endings then, if I can't exit? Why do I have like a plus thing? That's good. Pictures. Anyway. I'm gonna change my thumbnail, by the way. And whoa, this is really, wait, this is really cool. The first sketch of 30-second CG before being outlined and colored. Oh, that's the one with the chocolate. Yeah. I guess these are the concepts. Sketch by David Evelyn to test and compare different uniform styles. The characters featured arbitrary designs by David for the purpose of testing the uniform. I guess I like the one they came up in the end. Oh, this is cool. Artwork brought by Satchley in 2018 of Monika and Yuri having a sleepover. She's got different clothes now. Wow. What the? What's that outfit made? Artwork by Satchley to celebrate Halloween 2019. What happens if I said this is a wallpaper? Yeah. Oh, but I see the black. I don't like that. Because I have the black things on their sides. So it's not as good. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. I'm gonna put, I'm guessing, Monika. Because why not? Files, characters. Yeah, there's only one. What happens if I go to the saves? Nothing. Backup. What is the backup system? Meeting notes. Nothing important. Test. Whoop. I want to check that. System. CLI this copy. Nothing important. Data collected 39%. What do you mean? There's no way. Anyway, oof, that was a long one. I'm probably gonna change my thumbnail. I really want to do that now. But I think that's gonna be everything for now. It's been a really long stream. Actually, my longest stream ever. 3 hours and 44 minutes at the moment I'm reading that. So it's been quite a long one. That ending, again, it was very slow and might have been a bit boring. But I guess it's just the way the game does it, to be honest. It might have been fully designed to be streamed because of that. But I still think it was interesting. I might listen to her other lines later, and I'll have to figure how to see all this stuff. Like these other scenes, I have to see how to play them all. But yeah, this is going to be everything for now. If you've been watching, then I'm really grateful for that. It means a lot. I'm very happy if you did watch everything. You probably didn't, but if you watched me even for like a minute, I'm gonna be the happiest person ever. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully see you in the next time. So bye bye.